And I rise to present SR 64 to designate September as Wine Month here in California. It's been about 7,000 years since our forebears, human beings, discovered how to make wine. And wine has been the glue that made civilization possible. How is that? How is that, would you say? Well, it is wine and its evolution, co-evolution with human beings, which made the agglomeration, civilization coming together, because wine became a social lubricant, also a way to reduce tensions between warring factions of human beings and Neanderthals. Wine from the beginning of our existence has been a critical part of the evolution of human beings in our society, and California has been at the forefront of that. It's been since 1857 when the Buena Vista winery opened at the border of Sonoma and Napa counties in my district in the Carneros region, where California has been a leader in the globe in continuing that 7,000-year-old tradition and answering the question that Plato and Socrates and so many others have asked in our history, which is, what is the good life? And we know what the good life is in California and in the world. California is known worldwide for our wines, and certainly in our state, not just for their quality, but because they are the moment where our second date, our retirement party, we had a long night of session and we need a break. Wine is, in so many ways, what brings us together across the planet, and California has been at the forefront. California is it produces 4 out of 5 bottles of wine in the United States, employs 422,000 people here in California alone for the wine industry, and contributing $170 billion to the nation's economy. Like the film industry, like the tech industry, California is one of the big 3 economic drivers, but also the iconic drivers of our identity and our social power and our soft power around the globe. And so today we're here to celebrate, as September marks the beginning of harvest season, the perfect time to share a glass and to share a bottle. The wine industry, though 7,000 years old, continues to innovate in sustainability, in electric power, but also in what the experience means for its drinkers. And our vineyard workers in California are the very best in the world. Thousands of them building new skills and improving their craft every single year in collaboration with winemakers and every other part of the industry that's creating innovative new wines, new approaches to wine, even, God forbid, non-alcoholic wines, wines of every type that continue to grow and curate an experience. In an era when we have so much concern about ultra-processed foods and additives, there's something remarkable about California wine and our attention to the story, to the soil, to the people, to the climate, to every little thing that makes wine special and unique here in this state. Now, I mentioned our vineyard workers. Dolores Torres is one of those workers. She just won the Vineyard Champion Award from the Napa Valley Farm Worker Foundation last year for the continuous work that she's done, not just in the field, where she started 20 years ago as a field worker, but as a vineyard supervisor. She's studying viticulture while she studies English and math to continue to grow the harvest. And she says the pretty settings of Napa and Sonoma and wine regions throughout the state don't make it an easy business, and they don't make it an easy job. A successful wine business is hard work, and everyone that's involved shares in the joy, the toil, and in the results. Climate change, in so many ways, threatens the health and the success of our wine industry here in California. Even today, nearly 7,000 acres of Napa County is in flames in the Picket Fire. At the same time, ice raids in California and the nation have made farm workers and vineyard workers afraid to come out to work at peak harvest time or to go to school or to participate in their communities. And in the Napa Valley, which I represent, immigrants make up 3/4 of the agricultural workforce. Tariffs and trade barriers have placed a substantial burden on growers and producers, locking us out of the Canadian market altogether. And so today, we're here to celebrate, but also to recognize the headwinds that the wine industry faces in California and our critical role in assuring its success, just as we do with the technology industry and with California's film industry. In the gallery today, as you have mentioned already, Mr. President, we have folks who embody the spirit of California winemaking. I just want to call them out. Barry White, and Stephanie Metzler from Ancient Peaks Winery, the only vintner in the Santa Margarita Ranch viticulture area in Paso Robles, represented by the senator from Santa Cruz. Joe King from Wente Valley Vineyards, represented by the senator from Pleasanton. Wente is based in the Livermore Valley and is at 142 years old, is the country's longest continuously family-owned and operated winery. And so welcome to our guests from the Wine Institute and from the wine industry. I would raise a glass, but the Secretary of the Senate reminds me that that is not permitted on the Senate floor, but it will be permitted this weekend and at all times. Thank you to my colleagues for their support of the resolution. I would urge an aye vote on SR 64.